Welcome to Fancy Sleuth, where we unravel the mysteries that lurk in the shadows of our world. Today, we're diving deep into some of the most chilling footage ever captured on camera. These aren't your run-of-the-mill ghost stories. These are events that have left even the most skeptical observers questioning what they know about reality. Number 7. The H Gumble, a ghostly apparition in broad daylight. Let's begin with a truly unsettling encounter that took place in the heart of a bustling city. Picture this, a busy street in broad daylight, people going about their day when suddenly, something extraordinary appears. Witnesses report seeing a figure known in Japanese folklore as the H Gumble, a being said to be a harbinger of misfortune. The footage shows a figure standing an imposing 2 meters tall, covered in thick, dark hair. It moves with an otherworldly grace, completely out of sync with the hustle and bustle around it. What's most striking is the reaction, or rather, the lack thereof, from passers-by. It's as if the creature exists in a bubble, visible to some but completely unnoticed by others. This selective visibility raises intriguing questions. Could this be a manifestation of mass hysteria? Or perhaps more chillingly, is this entity choosing who can perceive it? The movement, the appearance, the very presence of this being defies logical explanation. It challenges our understanding of reality and forces us to consider the possibility that there might be more to our world than what meets the eye. Number 6. The Phantom Playmate, toys moving on their own. Our next inexplicable event takes place in a seemingly ordinary family home. It begins with toys scattered about the yard, moved from where they were left the previous evening. The father, determined to solve this mystery, set up a security camera. What he captured defies explanation. The footage shows toys moving on their own accord, as if animated by an unseen force. Toy cars roll back and forth, dolls change positions, all without any visible intervention. Could this be an elaborate hoax? The family's genuine distress and the consistency of the phenomena over time make this unlikely. Wind or small animals? Again, the precision and variety of movements rule this out. What we're left with is a chilling possibility that something unseen, something perhaps not of this world, is at play in this family's backyard. The footage raises profound questions about the nature of reality and the possibility of entities that exist beyond our normal perception. Could there be unseen playmates, spirits of children past, or something even more mysterious? Number 5. The Vanishing Woman, a ghostly encounter in an abandoned hospital. Our third event takes us to an abandoned hospital where a team of urban explorers captured something truly extraordinary. As they made their way through eerily silent corridors, their cameras recorded a figure of a woman sitting in one of the windows. At first glance, you might think it's just a reflection or a trick of the light, but as the team zoomed in, the details became clear and utterly impossible. The woman appeared translucent, almost as if she were made of mist. Her clothing and hairstyle seemed to be from a bygone era, completely out of place in the modern world. And then, as the team watched in stunned silence, the figure simply vanished. Could this be a clever edit? The raw footage, examined by multiple experts, shows no signs of tampering. The team's genuine reactions, their frantic search of the area afterwards, all point to this being a real, unexplained phenomenon. Are we witnessing a glimpse of a past that refuses to fade away? Or could this be evidence of parallel realities momentarily intersecting with our own? Number 4. The Mayan Whispers, ancient spirits disturbed. Our fourth enigma takes us to a construction site in the Yucatan, where work on a new train route has unearthed more than just soil and stone. As night falls on this ancient land, something stirs, something that has workers refusing to take the night shift. Witnesses describe a cacophony of sounds that defy natural explanation. Deep, rumbling growls blend with what sound like muffled cries and whispers. It's as if the very earth is giving voice to long-buried secrets. Some might argue that it's simply the wind playing tricks, or perhaps the sounds of nocturnal animals amplified by the unique acoustics of the construction site. but those who've heard it swear it's like nothing found in nature. Experts in Mayan history suggest a chilling possibility. Could these be the voices of ancient spirits, disturbed by the modern intrusion into their domain? Sound engineers have analyzed recordings from the site, and their findings are puzzling. The frequencies and patterns of these sounds don't match any known animal or natural phenomenon. Are we hearing echoes from an ancient past? Or have we stumbled upon something that challenges our very understanding of reality? Number 3, the unearthly scream, a police officer's terrifying encounter. Our next mystery brings us to a quiet suburban street where a routine police patrol turned into a brush with the unknown. Dash cam footage shows a police car responding to reports of an accident in an area known for its abandoned buildings and eerie atmosphere. As the officer begins his investigation, the scene is unnaturally quiet. No signs of an accident, no distressed civilians, just an oppressive silence. And then, breaking through that silence, comes a scream that chills the blood. This wasn't just any scream. Witnesses describe it as otherworldly, filled with an agony that seemed beyond human. Audio experts have analyzed the scream, and their findings are disturbing. The frequencies and tonal qualities are described as not quite human, existing in a range that straddles the line between what's possible for human vocal cords and something else. Could this have been a prank? Someone taking advantage of the area's spooky reputation? Or did that officer encounter something truly beyond our understanding? Number 2, the shadow in the mirror, a reflection of the unknown. Our penultimate case takes us to an ordinary home where an extraordinary event was captured on camera. A man, alone in his house, hears a soft tapping on his glass door. As he approaches to investigate, he sees no one outside, but what he captures in the reflection sends shivers down the spine. In the door's reflection stands a dark figure, not like a shadow cast by someone walking by, but a dense, almost solid darkness. The most chilling part, the figure appears to be standing right behind the man, inside the house. As he spins around, expecting to come face to face with an intruder, he finds nothing. The room is empty. Turning back to the door, the figure in the reflection is gone. And then, as if to punctuate this impossible event, the door, which was tightly shut, begins to swing open on its own. No wind, no external force, just a door seemingly deciding to open itself. What are we to make of this? A trick of the light, perhaps? But how do we explain the door opening? Could this be evidence of entities that exist just beyond our perception, occasionally slipping into view? Or is there a more rational explanation that eludes us? Number 1, the child and the unseen companion, a mother's terrifying discovery. Our final and perhaps most chilling case involves a mother's worst nightmare, a missing child. The frantic search through the house, captured on a home security camera, shows the mother's growing panic as she calls out for her daughter, searching every room. Finally, she spots the child hiding under a bed. Relief floods her face as she reaches to pull her daughter out. But it's what the camera captures next that turns this moment of relief into one of horror. As the child emerges from under the bed, the camera clearly shows another figure still there. A shadowy presence, barely visible, but unmistakably present. The mother, focused on her child, seems oblivious to this other entity. But perhaps most disturbing of all is the child's calm demeanor, as if the presence of this unseen companion is nothing out of the ordinary. Skeptics might argue for rational explanations, a trick of the light, a misinterpreted shadow. But the clarity of the footage and the distinct form of the figure challenge these easy dismissals. Could this be evidence of an imaginary friend that's not so imaginary? Or perhaps something more sinister, an entity attached to the child, invisible to adults but all too real to the young? As we conclude our journey through these 7 inexplicable events, we're left with more questions than answers. Each of these incidents challenges our understanding of reality, forcing us to consider possibilities beyond the realm of the ordinary. Are these glimpses into a world beyond our own? Evidence of parallel realities brushing against ours? Or perhaps manifestations of energies and entities we're only beginning to understand? One thing is certain. The world is far stranger and more mysterious than we often allow ourselves to believe. As we go about our daily lives, it's worth remembering that just beyond the veil of the ordinary, extraordinary things may be happening. Until next time, this is Fancy Sleuth, reminding you to keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and your camera ready. After all, you never know when you might capture evidence of the unexplained. Stay vigilant, stay curious, and we'll see you in our next investigation.